So we ended at the tetragrammaton that can be said, but the way that it is presented to us makes it difficult to know how to say it. And also we found out that we end up somewhere really funny when we consider the numbers that are given to the letters in Hebrew. So that does not really make it special or holy or useful in life. So what is it about this name of God that seems so whatever special? I want to find out. So I checked the most holy of the Kabbalah, and I found out that the Aleph signifies air, and the Shin fire, and the Mem water. So, but not even this in Kabbalah, which is the top part here, signifies God. The Ein Sof, something above this whole construct here, signifies God, Jehovah. So, yeah, now that we have found out, what I just said, I kind of found out that Jehovah means I am that I am, and or I am the one who is. We can both of these little sentences, we can reduce them both to saying I am. And these two words actually are very powerful, because our brains don't really have eyes to see. So when we think or say I am, and then we add anything, then our brain tries to make it true. So when I go I am healthy, I am healthy. So my brain just will make it come true. If I'm not, it will happen. So these two words actually are powerful. So there we found something that is really useful and helpful in this whole religion stuff. I don't want to say Christianity, but so that one is not useful, we found out. And these are just the Hebrew letters, so the ones that make Yeshua are here on the material level. The Yod and the He here and the Vav. The ones I just showed you on the Kabbalah itself on the top are here in the middle, which are God, the realm of God. The dark one would be the realm of humans. So to align them in this pyramid, I don't want to say, maybe is because of the flat earth and triangulation, to find out, well, the sun can't be that far away, as they say. So when you look it up, you could say in meters, I can only tell you, you would have half a millimeter, that's the size of the earth, and then you would have something 5 centimeters in diameter. That's the sun. And these two things have to be 6 meters away from each other. That would be how far away, they say, the sun is from us. And that's just not possible. It doesn't really fit when I think about my life experiences. If the sun would be that far away, well, flat earth is a different topic, but let's leave it at that. So, if Christianity isn't about believing and all, doing the stuff and not doing offers like in the Old Testament, then it sure should be about Jesus. So Jesus was giving the instruction just to talk to the Samaritans, or at least not talk to those, but to the other 10 tribes. I wrote this in German, so whoever wants to read this can. I'm showing it right now. I got it out of Stephen Anderson's YouTube lectures and Endzeitreporter in German. So basically it's just the 10 tribes of the north of the place we call Israel today, did not return after slavery, but got scattered all around the world and now are waiting. That's like the holy message of the Bible, to get those 10 tribes back. So they are like the bride. So Jesus was kind of reborn because he wants to be the bride to these 10 tribes. Because to get together again, someone has to die. Otherwise you can't become or get yourself another husband. These 10 tribes. So that seems to be the whole message of the Bible. So Jesus hasn't lived, or if he has, they didn't kill him, and he did not re-erect. It's just the story that has to go like this, like in a myth, to make people understand what has to happen. Okay, those 10 tribes scattered all over the world, they actually can come back to Israel. Like this, it works because it's just the Old Testament law that said if someone betrayed, and that was what has happened to those 10 tribes because they left, then the partner in this marriage has to die until you can marry again. That's the whole thing about the lost sheep. And of course they stabbed Jesus into his ribs. And here you see the Sumerian god Shamash that gets stabbed into his side. That's a good indicator that Jesus didn't experience this. It's just a myth again that they retell, the elite. So maybe, since the obelisk in the Vatican place isn't really useful for anything, maybe this Golden Gate thing here is it. Because if you look at this, you see Scorpio and Sagittarian, and they point towards the middle of our solar system, they say. the Golden Gate, if you prolong this line, you end up in our solar system. So it would be here between this one and this one, Sagittarian, the direction. So it doesn't have anything to do with the seasons again, so it's not really helpful for people to know, oh, okay, this and that. But as you see, if this were our Milky Way, then you had the Golden Gate between Scorpio and Sagittarius. There you would, looking towards Sagittarian, you would end up in the middle of our galaxy. So what does that help us? Concerning the Bible, we know that we have Virgo and Leo in John's Offenbarung, Apocalyptic. I don't really recall the word right now. The sun, the night star constellation with the sun and the moon at her feet. That's actually set to happen this September, and it's like 12 something in the apocalyptic text of St. John. So you have her having Jupiter, the king planet, in her birth canal, moon at her feet, sun there, and the Leo that has, I don't know how many stars, has 3 planets around him, so it makes up those 11 or something stars that are mentioned in there. So when the Bible speaks about this, there must be something that is important about it. And it might be, as Gilles Broussard says, that there is an extra planet circling around our sun, like every 360 years approximately, since beginning of